QWERTY Keys QK60, Geon's Frog Mini are both awesome keyboards that provide amazing value for the price. But now we have a new challenger that does both gasket and plateless mounting with perfect execution, with a design and finish that hits above its $270 price point. Enter the Arc60 by Vertex. Hit the B-roll. So the Arc60 is a 60% custom gasket mounted keyboard, and it'll be sold in waves of in-stock drops at ClickClack.io. The first wave already ran and they sold out pretty quickly. The next sale is expected to go live January 14th at 12 p.m. Eastern, so set your calendars. So when I saw the packaging, I had to double check the price again. It's really damn nice. The box reminds me of an Xbox One, and it has this trim that matches the color of your keyboard that goes around the box. All the parts in the standard kit are neatly organized and labeled to get you going. Now inside the kit, you're going to get the Arc60 case, which is full aluminum that comes in either anodized or E-coating with a double anodized weight, along with an anodized daughterboard cover inside. You get 2 PCBs. That's right, they include a hot swap PCB for a plate build and a solder PCB if you want to go plateless. I haven't seen a board come with both at this price, and I think it's a hell of a deal. One thing you'll notice right away, no flex cuts. Also, the solder PCB has mounting points for the gaskets, while the hot swap does not. Now, both PCBs are 1.6 millimeters thick as well. So we're going back to old school, and hopefully we can get that old school sound without using any foams. Now, aluminum plate is going to be the only option for the kit. One of the things that I noticed is that they don't have any gaskets around the spacebar, which tells me that they've tested this quite a bit. The daughterboard will come pre-installed under the internal weight. You will get 2 sets of gaskets, one for your standard plate build and the other for plateless. Now, I usually install the gaskets directly to the case, but since you can swap configurations, I highly recommend installing the gaskets directly to the plate and to the solder PCB for plateless. That way you won't have to worry about removing them if you decide to swap. The bottom bump-on feet are minimal and effective and do a good job of keeping the board in place. You also get all the screws and a screwdriver included in the box, which is a really nice touch. Now, with the base kit, you're not going to get any foams included, but if you want to add them, they offer a separate foam kit which they call the iFoam Pro Max, which comes with plate foam, case foam, and PE foam, retina display not included. I noticed that the PE foam does not have any cutouts for the stabilizers, which is not very Pro Max in my opinion. So you gotta bust out the scissors to get this on the PCB, or you can install your stabilizers directly over it, but I don't recommend doing that. So let's take a quick look at the case. At first glance, I gotta say, for the price, you're getting some really nice CNC work here. The top case has these beveled edges that go all around the case, and it's more dramatic at the front, giving a nice cherry lip to the case. The curves on the side are silky smooth, which melt right into the bottom. Every line seems intentional, and the weight design is sleek and minimal. The USB port is centered with another Arc60 logo above it, which is a nice little detail. Now, this is a 3-piece case, which I didn't realize at first. There is a frame installed to the bottom case that you'll need to remove, flip around, and install it to the top case for the Arc60 to go in plateless configuration. I think that this is very well done. A lot of the keyboards that give you the option for plateless do a good job giving you the plateless feel and sound, but they don't give you that true gasket plate mount sound and feel. Vertex was very clever in providing the 2 different PCBs that give you the feel of a traditional gasket mount, which can mount from the plate, or a proper plateless build that mounts from the PCB. Execution for this was pretty impressive, especially at the price point. Overall, I'm in love with the design, fit and finish, and technical execution of the plate and plateless mounts. And for under $300 without the glue by weighting is quite frankly an incredible deal. The front height is just below 20 millimeters, but with the cherry lip, it feels much lower and is paired nicely with the 7-degree typing angle. This makes for a comfortable typing experience that I really enjoyed. Now, fully built, the Arc60 comes in at a respectable 2.56 pounds. The typing feel with the aluminum plate and no foams is nice. It's not too firm with the soft bottom out. Now, this keyboard's PCBs have no flex cuts, so it will not flex as much as other popular keyboards on the market. However, the gaskets are executed well, and you still get what I consider a fairly soft typing experience. It reminds me a lot of my Kohaku in that sense. Now let's talk about sound. Now the switches I'm using today are the Neapolitan tactile switches paired with GMK Civilizations, and damn, this combo hits with a unique colorway. With no foams, the board sounds nice and full. I'm not catching any major hollowness. The backspace doesn't hit as loud as I'd like, but overall the mods sound good, and the spacebar is pretty decent. Take a listen. Let's take a trip down the foamy road. Now I want to be clear, I don't think this board needs foams at all to sound good, but if you want to fine tune to your sound preferences, I'd definitely pick up the kit. First we'll go with just case foam, and then we'll go with plate foam. One thing to note, it's hard work to put together a bunch of configurations just for a quick 30-second video. So if you appreciate the hard work, find the subscribe and like button below and clack that. Yeah, so overall I think the Arc60 sounds best with just plate foam, and this is strictly my preference though. Zero foam sounded really nice as well. Let me know which configuration you liked in the comments. Now let's take a quick look at playlists. I went with different switches for this build, so it's not going to be a one-to-one comparison. The switches that I use are these J-Wick switches that are long pole and came factory looped. Overall the board feels nice and bouncy, and the sound is what you can expect from a plateless build. Go ahead and do you a solid and pick up this board. I think I'll get a lot of questions about this board versus the QK60 or even the Frog Mini, and I'll say this, the QK60 is a great board for the price point. It comes in at a much lower $155, and an additional PCB would add on another 50 bucks. The Frog Mini starts at $265, and it does not include the PCB at all. The Arc60 slides right in between from a cost perspective and comes with both PCBs, giving an excellent value for what you're paying. So what would I take? I'll take the Arc60 over a QK60 if budget allows it. As far as the Frog Mini, kind of a toss-up.